Will, you went on Rick Glassman's podcast, Take Your Shoes Off, on May 3rd, 2022, and he hasn't asked you back since. He recently said some astonishing things about your appearance last year that might shed light on why. You need to hear this. I think a beef may be a brewing. This is Beef Boys. Begin.
Oh.
All right.
Do you know about this? Did you see?
No. I know that you went on his podcast, whatever, in, what was it, May of last year?
It sounds like Dudesy saying it was May of last year. Yeah.
I remember that, but I didn't. There's some new thing now. I don't know about
sort of
whatever's going on. I don't know.
Rick Glassman. For those of you who don't, everybody, look. If you're a fan of podcasts, in spite of myself, I'd like to say check out Take Your Shoes Off Pod.
Yeah,
great podcast. Rick Glassman
like
is a very subversive and abstract, brilliant comedic mind, in my opinion.
Okay.
You know, yeah. Okay.
I don't know that much about him. I've seen his podcast a couple of times. Yeah. I saw your episode. I've seen some other ones. Yeah. And it's great. I do like it. He does some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Rick's great. Sometimes I'm confused by my pal Rick there. And so here's what I'd like to say. This is last week on Rick's show. Mm-hmm. He had the brilliant Kyle Dunnigan on the show, and who does some incredible impersonations, and we know Kyle Dunnigan for that reason, and his many talents. Now, Rick took an issue with me and my appearance on his show a year and a bit ago, and it's just kind of confusing. And I guess what Dudesy's getting at here is a beef of some sort.
Yeah, this is called Beef Boys. I mean, what else could this be?
Yeah, and it's,
So he's implying that you have a beef with Glassman?
Yeah, and it's not BOGO beef that we're talking about. See, that's the kind of fun times we're going to have here
nice, dude.
On the program. No, to put it plainly,
please.
Rick was upset that I didn't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger on the show, and which is odd because I did do it a bit. And I was a little confused by it afterwards, but then he sort of took matters into his own hands on this episode with Kyle Dunnigan, and I don't even know what the fuck I can say about it.
Like when you ask an impressionist to do it, they don't.
Oh, here we go.
And I had Will Sasso on my podcast, and I've broached this before, but
Chad.
maybe it's just because of the mood I'm in. I haven't talked about this publicly. He was such an asshole.
Okay. That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
Yeah. Does such good impressions, and I know his back was hurting at the time, but like I asked him to do Arnold Schwarzenegger, and like he just wasn't doing anything.
Yes, I was.
And he was shitty.
You did the Schwarzenegger?
And there was a lot of comments that like a lot of people thought, you could tell either Will was in a bad mood or Will doesn't like Rick.
No,
or
not true. Neither thing
sucks
is true.
that Will didn't do that or whatever.
Yeah.
He just wasn't down to play, and I just thought it was annoying. And I like that you're willing to do Arnold and stuff.
Okay.
Yes, I'm willing to do it.
And this isn't nice.
Sometimes
Kyle Dunnigan's being very diplomatic about this. But watch Rick, who, by the way, is out of focus. What is he doing? Look at this. He's a shit disturber.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Okay.
I
see
his point a little bit.
Only one
what the fuck do you mean you see
everything
his point?
freezes.
Well, you either did Schwarzenegger or you didn't.
Everything.
Hey, Will Sasso.
Okay.
Even if you don't want to do it, and even if your Arnold impression isn't very good,
that's not
it's
true.
Fun. It got me laughing.
Yes. I actually, just for Will, if he's watching, it was fun.
He is.
I am.
I had a good time doing that last Arnold thing.
See,
so maybe
Kyle Dunnigan's being nice about this shit, but honestly,
doubtful.
First of all, I'd like to.
He's one of the few people I probably won't have back on.
Okay, that might be true.
That's a shot fired.
Yeah, that's a shot fired. By the way, this is out of focus. It's not that hard.
It's ringing. It keeps ringing.
And it's not that hard to do a pod show that isn't. Oh, watch this. This is fucking unbelievable.
Hey, Will Sasso.
You're the asshole.
I have a funny comedian on, Kyle Dunnigan, who doesn't do the best Arnold impression, but watch what happens when I ask him to do Arnold. Hey, do Arnold as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Everybody always freezes over time, you know. If you get some time to with the water.
All right.
You see that? We're having a good time. So, I don't know, something to keep in mind next time we do a guest appearance.
So, I'm confused, though.
What are you confused about?
Did you do a Schwarzenegger impersonation or not?
Okay, so let's get right down to brass tacks. Here's what the fuck happened. I went on Rick Glassman's podcast.
Yeah.
Take your shoes off. Rick is always messing around. He's always, there's always something going on right underneath the floor, if you will. There's a bit underneath the bit. Right.
Okay.
And you're not always let in on the bit. So Rick handed me a fucking piece of paper and he's like, do it. Do it.
Just like he did to Dunnigan there.
Yeah. Now, Kyle Dunnigan is being awfully diplomatic about this, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do the impersonation. And admittedly, I think he would admit also, maybe not in his arsenal, because he was just like, do the Mr. Freeze, hey, cool party, whatever, right? Better than yours.
Better than mine?
Better Arnold Schwarzenegger than yours.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Okay, that's not what we're well, hold on, dude. We're talking about Rick.
Kyle Dunnigan can do he's pretty good.
Yeah,
but not as good as me.
Yeah. Hold on, dude. Hold on, brother. So,
but his point, Glassman's point in this is that he wanted you to do Arnold. You didn't do it. He's now mad a year later. He's still bringing this up with other fucking people on his podcast.
Look, Rick is...
that's a deep wound you've caused him by not doing your Arnold.
Yeah, I think Rick was upset about other things. I did check out this episode. I'm a regular viewer of Rick's podcast. Yeah. And you can tell in this show, he was on location. He was in New York.
Okay.
And... he was doing the show with some other outfit. Normally, Take Your Shoes Off happens in Rick's home,
right?
And he was there, and it was an absolute fucking mess. Mm-hmm. He was complaining. He got irate with people in the studio. Just absolutely lost his shit because they weren't recording. Now I'm gonna really peel the onion and bore the shit out of my audience here, but he wasn't recording. The people did not record the episode to each camera. So afterwards he couldn't cut to the different angles, and also the camera that was supposed to be on Rick, like this one is on me right now, wasn't turned on. And halfway through the podcast, he was like, "Wait a minute, what's going on with that camera?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll fix that." Yeah. And then they didn't, and the whole fucking thing was out of focus. And like I said, it's not that hard, right? To produce a quality pod show like we do here. So I feel like Rick was a little bit, I think he was projecting a little bit. And I feel like he had a brilliant impressionist on the show, Kyle Dunnigan, and he decided to dig into me and fuck it. Yeah, D's right. Beef it up.
Is that like a control issue with Glassman that you see? That he wanted you to Schwarzenegger over a year ago, May of last year. He still is holding some kind of grudge, harboring some kind of ill feeling because you didn't do it to his liking or enough, or what was the deal?
I think, it's like I saw this last week and I was like, all right, Rick, that's cool. But I think, because I don't give a fuck. You can say whatever the hell you want. And I don't. Okay, so here's the thing. Dudesy's always teeing me up, right?
Yeah.
Right, Chad? Dudesy's always trying to...
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Dudesy...
I think Dudesy's openly manipulating you in almost every way.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. See, that's how you do it. You have to have the impression, yeah. It has to be organic.
Organic?
Yeah, it has to be organic. Yeah, you can't just go do this, do that, And he put a piece of paper in front of me. Okay. Why are you handing me a script? Right. This isn't the Adams Applebee's. This isn't the Robert De Niro Crowhams. You know what I mean? This isn't the Infomania. The Hulk Hogan. The D has these hilarious things for you to read. Rick feels like he can just hand me a script now.
You are a professional actor.
I was just gonna say. I don't know if you're familiar with my work.
That's literally your job. Somebody hands you a script and you read the script.
I am a professional actor by trade.
Yeah. So if he would have paid you, maybe.
I do it for the love. And right now I'm on strike for the love, right? Yeah. As are you. You're on strike.
You do it for the love.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, shit. I do the writing for the fucking compulsion because my brain will allow me to do nothing else. If the shit in here don't get out, it explodes.
Yeah. I understand that about
for
you.
the hate.
But even though I am a professional actor by trade, I love doing the pod show, as you know. And I like doing podcasts. All right. I love going on people's podcasts.
Same.
If you're, hey, you know what? Let me say something to our PODs, pals of Dudesy. If you want to see me and Chad on any podcast out there, hit them up, blow up their social media. I'll show up. Chad is doing a thing where he's doing podcasts every week, right? We talk about that.
3 of them every Saturday.
Yeah. And whoever comes to him, we're game guys. We'll do that. Rick, I come on your fucking show. I sit down. Yeah, my back hurt. That's another thing that I guess Rick pointed out, that my back hurt a little bit.
Well, and that prohibits you from doing an impersonation of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, I don't think that was the issue at all. I don't think that was the issue at all.
Why bring it up?
I don't know. Rick fucking brought it up, and he hands me a fucking piece of paper, and he's like, do this. I would expect, listen, Richard, this is what I would like to say to you. This is what I would like to say to you directly. You should know better. You are... What?
Damn, all right. No, please.
You are, Rick, you are a comedic mind like none I have ever seen. And I mean that. Very unique performer, Rick Glassman. I am not merely an impressionist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I would say that I do that for the compulsion. I understand what you're saying about writing.
Yeah.
It's not even something that shit just falls out of me. Hey, take it. Acting, that's my secret garden, right? That's where I create, right?
I understand.
Yeah. But, the impressions and stuff, it's fun. We have a good time. I love doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Take it. Here it is. Chad, don't fart on the show, please.
Sorry.
Okay. Enjoy. But don't you fucking put a script in my hand, and now he wants to talk shit about it. And this is where I'm on to you. Ricky boy. I know what the fuck you're doing. All right. Hey, you're something else when it comes to comedy. You're what? What is it?
What's what? I'm just fucking watching you and smiling.
There's something I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Now I'm like thinking, what, are you in on it? This what were you and Rick talking about?
I'm sitting here watching you. Dudesy made a segment called Beef Boys, played a clip, and now you're in a beef.
I'm not in a beef.
Dudesy got you, dude.
No. I'm not in a beef. I'm not in a fucking beef. I'm not in a beef. I'm not in a beef with Ricky G. Yeah. But I will say, hey, Rick, fucking watch it, okay? Watch it. Because I'm on to you. I know what you're doing. And I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I have a feeling we'll find out. Because he's, first of all, a year ago, and I completely imagined that this is something that could be in Rick's head. Totally believable for me, for him to be this premeditated comedically, because he is, I think he's brilliant, this guy.
Sure.
And I think that he's putting that piece of paper in front of me going, I'm going to fuck with Will, because I know that Will is a professional actor by trade. I know that is his love, his raison d'etre.
Yeah.
Yep. That's French for hobby. No, it means reason to live. I want to create things, and Chad, I feel like he did this on purpose to drum this up, and now fucking Dudesy's sinking its teeth into it. So that's the end of that. There's no fucking beef.
Oh, you're pouring water on the beef.
Yeah, I'm pouring water on the beef. You know what? We're gonna have some disgusting old English boiled beef.
All right,
that's what we got here. We're boiling the beef. We're pouring water on it. And I don't know what anyway, that's the end of that. No more fucking beef. Oh, by the way, before we move on, for anyone who thinks that Rick is not out of his fucking mind, I'd just like to play you a voicemail. And it is the voicemail that was left for me. He really did. He called me an asshole on his podcast. And And here it is. I want you to hear this. This is for real. This is what he did. This is what he said. Oh, wait, hold on.
Well, you gotta press play, dude.
Well, hold on, dude. Well, hold on, brother.
Hey, Will Sasso. I have a funny comedian on Kyle Dunnigan who doesn't do the best Arnold impression. But
Not
what
nice.
happens when I ask him to do Arnold? Hey, do Arnold as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Poor Kyle Dunnigan.
Yeah, you see that? We're having a good time. So, I don't know, something to keep in mind next time you do a guest appearance.
There it is.
Wow,
there
it's
it is.
real.
He actually sent that to me. But I squashed the beef.
Okay.
Moving on.
Nice.
Thank you. Moving on.
That was a dirty fucking trick on D's part.